To the question that most people are asking, does Weapons live up to the hype? I was really excited about this one going in because I was a big fan of Krieger's previous film Barbarian back in 2022, and I thought the marketing to this one was super unique and really good, similar to Longlegs last year. But I wanted to sleep on this one because I didn't want to rush my review on this one or my thoughts on it, but after sleeping on it, I really enjoyed this movie. The story itself is already very thrilling about a classroom of kids who go missing at night. At 2:17 a.m., they all get out of their beds and run out of their house, and nobody in the town knows why. So there's already great mystery and intrigue around that. But then Krieger also very smartly doesn't tell this in a straight up linear fashion. He breaks out over the perspective of 6 different characters, so you're constantly wondering who's involved, what their role is, who's nefarious, and who's not. And to the other big question about this, is this the scariest movie of 2025? For me, no. Personally, I still think that title goes to Bring Her Back, which I saw earlier this year. There are some legitimately good squeamish moments in this movie that'll make the hairs on your arm stand up or make you move around a little bit in your chair. There's some good pop-ups sprinkled in throughout, but the reason I can't give it the title for the scariest movie of 2025 is because surprisingly it was pretty funny. There's a couple scenes in this movie that legitimately had me laughing, had the crowd laughing, and that goes all the way up until the absolutely bonkers third act and final scene. That's likely going to make it or break it for you as a viewer. Krieger does a really good job of wrapping up this entire story with all of the elements that came before it in regards to its bloody grotesqueness and that unexpected humor that you don't see coming, and he just wraps it all up in this absolutely wild final scene. I was a big fan of it. It's not the ending that I was expecting, but I'm really happy he did it because it was just completely unexpected. I definitely recommend going into this movie as blind as possible. Know as little as you can. If you haven't seen a trailer, don't see a single one. Just get a ticket and go see it. It'll elevate your experience. See it with a packed crowd if you can. And if I had to give a final rating, I'd probably give it somewhere between a 7 or 8 out of 10. Again, I wish it was a little bit scarier. I didn't expect the humor, although I didn't mind it, but I do wish it was a little bit scarier. But that didn't negate this from being a really fun horror outing and probably one of the better horror outings of 2025.